This one's for you, Renza. And also, I see other people touching on this in the chat. Have you ever faced burnout? And what advice might you give to someone who is feeling that way? So this one's for Renza.
Oh, only all the time. Yeah, I have. I've experienced diabetes burnout, but let's talk about advocacy burnout because I think that that's probably something that is more relevant to what we're here for today. I mean, advocacy burnout is really very real, and I think that a lot of the time it's really tough because we're not only trying to do the work that we're trying to do, but we're trying to have to justify that place that we should have here. And I know that I've just had a look at in the chat, and there's been a bit of discussion about that. And so it feels like there's a lot of hurdles that we're trying to overcome, right? We're trying to overcome the hurdle of, whatever the advocacy challenge that we have might be. But then we're also having to justify being there, have people understand that our expertise is on par with all of the other expertise at the table. And that's something that I'm spending a lot of time talking about these days is that, you know, how often do we see something that will say, and on this panel we have a clinician expert and a research expert and such with diabetes? That expertise that we bring to the table is just as valid, just as important as everybody else's. No one else can do what we're doing. So, there's that constant, having to really bring that message home as well. And so burnout, happens. And I think that the only way that I have managed in any way, I guess, to address that, or there are a couple of ways. One, surround yourself with people like the people on this call. I'm so fortunate to be part of the DDoc network. I'm seeing so many beautiful DDoc voices on here, and we've all, often experienced this and we speak with each other about it. Take time out. So just as Kieran has said, be kind to yourself when it comes to your diabetes management, be kind to yourself when it comes to your advocacy. If you need to say, I'm done for a little bit, I need to take a back seat, that is fine. It is absolutely fine to do that. And that old, analogy that you can't drink from an empty cup, got to put on your own mask before you put on somebody else's oxygen mask. All of those things actually hold very true. You do need to look after yourself first. And I know that they all sound like platitudes. They all just sound like things that, oh, I've heard it a million times, but taking that break is really, really important to recharge your batteries. It really is. You cannot keep going when you're feeling like everything's just too overwhelming and you just don't know what more to do.
Good. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to remember to always put on my own oxygen mask, but no, I'm kind of the same way. I've had issues of burnout and bad days as well, and I consider myself pretty resilient. But yeah, they're real. I mean, the bad days are absolutely real.